All right. Welcome to our first podcast. This is my name's Diego Davis. If I haven't met you in the past, and this is my favorite person in the world and other business partner and we're both co-hosts. But this is Danielle Doyle. Give it up.
Hi.
It's our very first Virgin podcast, and we just wanted to come to your house or come to your car, your phone, wherever you are, just to kind of talk with you and tell you what's going on in the world with us, and just to introduce ourselves and see what's going on. But let me put my foot in my mouth and let Danielle say a couple things.
Yeah, here we are. Let me tell you, we've been talking about this for Diego like 6 months so far, starting a podcast, getting this thing going, and it's finally here. And it's amazing that it's happening on Nurses Day. Isn't it ironic? We didn't
Crazy.
even plan that, but it just magically happened. So, like we said earlier, we're going to start this podcast off like we started our business, with a cheers to our nurses and a cheers to us and a cheers to everything.
And pour a little liquor out for all the people that are on the front lines, and God bless you, nurses, doctors, medical staff, everybody that has essential work or non-essential work that are cooped up in their house. Just want to pour a little liquor out for you and pour a little liquor down my throat. So cheers, guys. Happy Nurses Week, and God bless us. This is the year of the nurses. Just want to see our team strong, and God bless us all. Cheers.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Everyone can see our shot faces now.
Oh, yeah, that's.
No. So
I can just feel it going down from my throat, down my body. I needed that. That was cold in here.
It's cold in here. It makes everything better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we wanted to start this off and just share a little bit with you guys about who we are, where we come from. We know that our friends and family know who we are, but there's a lot of other people out there that we really want to connect with and just share about it. So, like we were just saying, Diego and I, if you don't know us, we met at a hospital. St. Francis in the house in Trenton, New Jersey. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I actually met him in the med room, I believe. Yeah. And someone that I know had told me I need to meet this guy because he's something else. So there's only one Diego in New Jersey, if you didn't know that either.
It's weird, yeah. That was so true when I went to high school too. There's only one Diego. I was the only Latin kid in school. So I've always been picked out, name like Diego goes a long ways anyway. But Jersey, where it's predominantly Spanish, I was the only Diego for some reason. Anyway.
He's like Madonna. He only has one name. No one even knows what his last name is. Like Diego, yes.
That's it.
Back to where we met. We met at St. Francis Medical Center, and he plucked me out of the litter, and he was like, "You come with me. We got to go traveling." So we headed out on the road. We hit up a few hospitals, and we landed ourselves up north. And we built a great friendship, which led to meeting other like-minded individuals. And I remember it like it was yesterday. It was my 30th birthday, and we were out at our favorite hang-up.
But you got to tell them, Danielle, as she means the travel nursing, we did contract jobs for hospitals throughout New Jersey, basically in travel nursing. You probably have heard of it.
Okay.
If you haven't, then it's just basically companies hire nurses to put them in hospitals that need help really bad, and that's where we connected in Trenton, good old Trenton, New Jersey. Shout out to St. Francis, by the way.
I love them. They're still my favorite ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went to our favorite watering hole. We're hanging out. We're just always chilling and stuff. But we both had something in common. I actually wanted to start a company that transported ill people on airplanes, like a travel company. Diego had actually had this Access Healthcare idea going on for a couple of years prior to us meeting, right?
Yeah, we thought about it in 2008. I had a fellow friend. We were going to do, originally it was going to be home healthcare in New Jersey, but, just being my fashion, I kind of like a late bloomer, late starter. So we kind of shelved the idea for about 7 years to about 2015.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, we're talking, we're meeting, we're just getting to know each other and what we wanted to do. And we said, let's start a business. We notes. We were talking about how our one recruiter was treating us, how we were getting paid, and we noticed that there was a large disparity. I noticed that there was a large disparity in the way that I was getting paid as opposed to the way that Diego was getting paid, working the same position, doing the same job. And we saw an opportunity not only for ourselves, but for our fellow nurses to make a difference and give back, and really just dig into this industry and figure out what was going on. It all started with the intention of, us individually just taking contracts and working in hospitals. And like, anything, we started small, and
really small.
we set out there.
It was crazy. We actually had we was at St. Francis in Trent, like we were talking about. We had a doctor that kind of approached us. They were in need of like a nurse for open heart surgery for the night. And pretty much told us, he's like, if you can get here by 8 p.m., we'll give you your first opportunity. So I went there personally because, you got to start somewhere. And I did that contract. And I did that night, did open heart surgery, post-recovery. And then the next day they gave us the opportunity. And that's kind of how like the ball started rolling. But it's crazy how like life happens in the fact that we started from just talking at a bar stool, I think it was Danielle's birthday actually, over a piece of lamb, which was actually amazing.
It was good.
It turned out, but it's like life is so much like that. Like I've always lived my life as I've never really lived by intuition. As I get older, I'm living by intuition and going with my gut feeling, just letting things manifest. And it's crazy how we went from a bar stool to less than 4 or 5 months later. Thank God for Danielle Doyle. Everybody needs a Danielle Doyle in their life. I'm going to create a t-shirt for that, by the way. And it's going to be on. But just from the power of the words of what we said, it just kind of unfolded. And look at it, 4 or 5 months later, I was in Trenton working. 3 or 4 months later from that, we were told by one of the biggest gurus in New Jersey to go conquer the Pennsylvania market. And we're like, we don't know anybody in Pennsylvania. We made some phone calls. Next thing I know, I'm driving to Pennsylvania in the middle of the night and just getting started. Danielle, having my back in the office, just amazing. I think our personalities are so different, but so alike in the fact that we're such go-getters, but we also have the belief in, a couple of things. We're very spiritualistic and believe in God and believe in ourselves. And that's how I think this whole thing evolved. We went from a bar stool to an agency within 4 or 5 months. And then just things just happened and unfolded, which we'll tell you as long, as we go through this together. But one of the greatest stories of my life. It's taught me a lot.
Yeah. No, definitely. I agree 100%. And if I could say that I really believed it would happen, I wouldn't be telling the truth. When we started, I remember walking out of that bar. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go apply for the license. I don't know how to, but I'm going to do it. And that's it. And then we applied and we waited. We're like, are we going to get it? Are we going to get it? And then we got the license and we're like, okay, now what? Because there's no book. Everyone thinks like there's a manual, but the number one question that I get is, how did you know what to do? And I said, I had no idea, not a single idea. I knew there was Google.
Yeah.
And
you fake it, you make it. Fake it, you make it.
Fake it till you make it. And there was just a lot of people that went ahead before me. I researched other companies. We found out what they were doing and how we could do it better. And as with anything, if you want to go after something, you just need to, follow those that went before you and then modify it a little bit to make it. So
really true.
We started with New Jersey as our primary place. And it's so funny because that's all we wanted for the longest time. We just went after it and finally realized we just had to go around to come back, because without all the lessons that we learned along the way, moving around New Jersey to come back, we wouldn't have been as successful as we are now in the state. We had to learn a lot of hard lessons. I have a background in psychology and Diego has a background in accounting. So they mix well together, but none of us have a background in business. Mm-hmm. So none of us have a
lot of YouTube videos and, a lot of heroes. We honestly, we mimic a lot of people. I don't know if you guys have heard of Grant Cardone. Yeah. Tony Robbins. And we like a lot of progressive things that we've learned. And matter of fact, Danielle was at a Tony Robbins seminar. And this is the crazy thing about her life coach. which everybody needs to have. Giving a shout out to Tommy Notoriani down in, he's down in, like, I think down in South Florida. He was my life coach for the longest time. But tell him this story, Danielle. Crazy story about your life coach, which is
Crazy
awesome.
story. So you meet people exactly when you need to meet them, and it's so crazy. So I went to a Tony Robbins conference, and out of literally there was like 1,000 different people there, maybe even 2,000 people, but sitting right next to me was my life coach, Ashley Gordon, and she's absolutely freaking amazing.
They didn't even know each other.
We didn't even know each other. She sits
Mm-mm.
down next to me. There's no seats at
I
all,
was
at
supposed to
all.
be
And this
there,
is,
but in normal Diego fashion, I bailed at the last
he
second.
bailed on me.
Yeah.
So I
Sorry about
brought
that.
actually our hypnotherapist with me,
Yeah.
and who lived in Philadelphia, who does the same exact thing that she does. So Ashley comes up to me and she's like, "Is this seat taken? There's no seats here." And I was like, "No, the seat's open. Go ahead and sit down." So she sat down. She had just gotten started. We exchanged numbers, whatever. I didn't contact her for maybe a couple of months at least. But the funny thing about life is everything sets you up. Everything that happens sets you up for future success. When I originally went to get life coaching from her, I went for my oil business. And I wanted to talk to her about progressing in that and doing all this stuff. And she said to me, "Danielle, like, what are you doing? You're sitting here owning this company and you're trying to progress in like just home stuff and like essential oils and stuff. Like, what are you doing? You need to learn how to use your fullest potential." So she didn't say it so much like that, but through coaching with her, I stepped into my power and I realized, you know, being an agency owner, and it's kind of overnight, not overnight, it's kind of scary. I never thought of myself as a boss. Um, I guess I had a lot of insecurities, people calling me a boss, people answering to me. I just never thought of myself in that fashion. So when you're suddenly responsible for a lot of stuff, it can freak you out. So I sought a life coach. Through that experience, I was able to clear. She does NLP, which is like neuro linguistic reprogramming. It reprograms your mind. It reprograms everything. I was able to clear out all the bullshit, all the insecurities, all the programming that happens throughout your life. You never really realize, like your fifth grade teacher telling you that you suck at spelling
Yeah.
can affect you down the road. What people tell you, you believe.
You've instilled that in your brain. You've instilled that in the way you live, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she was able to reprogram me into a person that could step into my own power and actually believe in myself and be confident enough to, lead a company, to recruit. I'm an introvert. I'm not if anyone who knows me, I don't like crowds. I like people, but I don't like groups of
She
people.
was
But
perfect for the COVID thing, man. She was perfect. She
I'm
didn't
loving
mind being inside. Seriously.
this.
I'm the complete opposite.
House party's great.
Ground zero.
I know, it's great. But it actually, it made me more confident in what I was doing. And I was able to realize that I do have a gift and I do have the ability to speak with people. And I'm most importantly, the most important thing that I learned from this was worthiness. And Diego had taught me that, like, you need to know your worth and you need to know, where you stand with people. So that's what we like to instill in our nurses.
Yeah. I mean, even nurses, and I generally teach people that you kind of empower people. You kind of know where people's strengths and weaknesses are. And honestly, like my experience as being a boss, which I would have never thought in a million years, and probably a million people would have never thought that either. We kind of just fell into it. But it's it's like managing a bunch of personalities that you really have to kind of keep a medium ground, and while expanding your brand. There's so many different hats you wear as a entrepreneur slash boss. But it's been an amazing freaking time that to reach that medium and to kind of expand your business, manage the people on the inside while trying to get your name on the outside. So that's been kind of our challenges now. But I've seen a huge increase in Danielle Doyle, which we'll actually put Ashley Gordon's link at the bottom of our page, so you can probably click and see some of her videos as well. Very interesting. I kind of clicked on things, and hopefully in the future I would kind of match up with that. But my kind of routine every morning, I always pray every morning. Every morning I wake up and pray for everybody that's around me and I haven't met, and for our future and for our health and our safety. But I also, I'm very thankful, and I always watch YouTube videos of gurus. That's the first thing I do after I pray. back to our what I was saying. Basically, yeah, that's my daily routine. But I've seen a huge increase in how Danielle, her being younger than me, close to 2 decades, but not so too close. But I've learned a lot from her as well. So we kind of play off each other, and I think that's how the Access brand is taking off. It's interesting to see this through our life changes, everything that we've been through. The only thing that's always been there for us is our company and ourselves. And we've seen a lot of changes, a lot of evolution, and a lot of things change in our life. But we've always had each other. We've always had the company. We've had the son. Danielle's son was born. We've had divorces. Well, for me, actually, divorce.
Yeah, divorces,
breakups.
I lost my mom. Crazy stuff that's happened. But this company is what's kept me alive, through literally everything.
Yeah, and we're making an impact. I mean, my mission in life, what I decided, is to help others. You got to help yourself first. You always got to remember that. Help yourself, and then you got to help other people. That's what I really want to do. I mean, I don't believe in becoming so greedy that you need all of this stuff. It's just stuff. And really, with this whole crisis that we're all experiencing right now, it gave me a lot of time to think and prioritize what's really important in my life. The people that are around me in my circle, the people that I haven't even met yet, which I will eventually. I think this podcast has given us a medium to kind of move and get to other people's to see what's going on. Put people on that you really want to know more about, that's living in this world that you would normally not meet. So I think this has given us a way to actually get the word out and who we are, what we're about, how about the entrepreneur life, travel, whatever you want to talk about. We've experienced a lot of stuff. So anyway.
Yep. I agree. Another thing is we have a similar morning routine. So I pray every day myself in the morning. And one of the things that I pray for is for the wellness. I pray for everyone I know and everyone I ever will know. So that's one of the things that I say. It's very important to bless the ones that you know, but then, manifest good people in your life. And I think that has brought me, as well as everybody, much fortune in our journey. I've been able to meet a lot of inspiring people that I otherwise wouldn't. You picture the everyday person going to work. You're surrounded by your coworkers. You're surrounded by your family and your friends. But when you're in this industry, your phone rings all day long. It's always people calling you. It's always people new people, like business relationships. But through business relationships, we were able to forge friendships. Fellow agency partners is an example. I've learned so much from Sam Mercer, for example. He's one of our affiliates that we've met, and there's just so many.
Junxion Med Staffing. We'll add that link at the bottom too. He's an awesome guy to follow too. He's got a heart of gold, and we met him along the way. Really nice guy.
Yeah, it's just like people that you never would meet unless you were on some type of journey. So it's important to get out there and to join different communities and do that type of thing. But I wanted to get back to worthiness and where that stands in our company. And one of the mottos that we have, or maybe I kind of brought up, was we're nurses helping nurses realize their worth and travel the world. Coming out of a hospital setting where you're always, policies, procedures, this and that, and meetings, and you have to work weekends, and you have to do this, and you have to do that, you get worn out, and you think that you're a number. And the more that people tell you things, the more that you believe it. So part of the reason, and pretty much like 90% of the reason that we created this company, is because that's how we were feeling. We were feeling like a number. We were feeling beat down. We were feeling, hopeless, but we found refuge in each other. So we said, listen, if we can create this community amongst ourselves, why don't we allow other people to join it? We want a company where everyone feels, at home. We want people to work with us, not for us.
Yeah. It's a movement, really, it's part of a family. What crazier time to really flourish. We're actually growing in this year when the crisis hit. And now we have, we've done very well this year and met a lot of people. But I'll tell you what, God bless the nurse this year. It's been a heck of a ride. I honestly love to practice still myself, and I'm still, I was on the front line to see a lot of this stuff. So I met a lot of courageous people. I mean, we picked a career and we picked an oath that we have to go fend for people. Like we run toward danger. And we've been conditioned to run toward danger and help. And it takes a miraculous person to do that, honestly. And I've read some crazy stuff on Facebook. You read, people's like, well, you chose it. You chose it. You get paid good for it. But you know what? What amount of money is worth your life? You see a lot of death. You see a lot of birth, but your own life, your mortality, when you're put on the front line like that, I just got to say, God bless us. I'd like to really thank each and every one that's been out there, not even working for us. Just it's a very trying time. But yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that, but thank you.
It is what it is at this point. Yeah. But that's the type of hope that we want to give people. We take nurses and we welcome nurses into our family that feel like when we first meet nurses, I feel like they're so beaten down and battered, and they're not sure if they can do it anymore. They're not sure if they can continue, especially the ones that are still in the hospitals doing the shift work. And honestly, everybody just wants to do well for their family. They want to earn what they're worth. And we want to tell people that you are worth so much more than what you're getting paid. And that's why we're so competitive, and we are more competitive than we should be, to the point where what I always tell people is that we're making money, but we're making enough. We're just making enough. We pay the bills. We're not driving BMWs. We're not doing this. We're not doing that. It's really 100% honestly for the nurses. And I will give advice to anybody that comes to me. I have nurses that ask advice from me that will not sign with me, but are still with another agency, but I want the best for them. So that's what we're really all about.
We want to put that out. I mean, that's one of our things. Even if you don't choose us, or say, please come if you need to talk to us. We're so transparent. We'll tell you how to really do your billings to make sure you get top dollar for what you're the one on the front line always, even before the COVID or after COVID. We don't mind. Sorry.
Fine. COVID is fine.
Yeah, we don't mind giving you the numbers so you can have something to compare with. That's what we're about. You got to understand how business works, and it took me 4 years to really realize that. Not even the nursing industry, but all industries. It's about it's about high profit and larger volume, but those two don't really go together, especially in this Amazon type era where everybody's, you got to lower the profit margin so you can pay the people more because there's so much competition out there. So I don't think the nursing industry has really learned that quite yet, but you're going to see a lot of changes now. We have platforms now like this. You can come and ask questions as well. Our door is always open. We'll leave our email and our website at always at the bottom of our YouTube page. And just if you ever want to reach out to Danielle or anybody on our team, feel free. We love to talk about it. We can talk about it 24/7. So
yeah. Definitely. Mm-hmm. So in the future, we're really excited about what's coming. This was just an intro, a little introduction, getting to know us, getting to know what we're about. So we told you that we started in New Jersey. We branched out a little bit. So we're now in 20 states and growing. We're partnered with countless vendors. I've pretty much lost count. And, we're on the map. We're here. We're ready for you. We're ready for anyone that wants to join the team. We're Joint Commission certified. We saw that happen last year. That was pretty amazing.
But what happened to Joint Commission though, man? They kind of off the radar. This whole thing. I guess they'll be back around in the fall to collect their.
They'll come back. They're going to come back in the hospitals, possibly. We have no idea. But let's tell people about that experience. That was one of the best days of my life. It's funny how you dread something so much. So to prepare, you think preparing for Joint Commission in the hospital is something, but trying to prepare a company for it is something else. It took months and months and months. My binder is like 2,000 pages long. So they come to your office and they sit there for 8 hours. We had a good day though.
Yeah, especially afterwards.
We had a very good time after. Diego, he ate donuts the entire time.
Probably diabetic from that day.
To the point where the auditor was like, really? But she was so cool.
Stress eating.
He was stress eating, pacing around the office, and as I'm presenting like case by case. But the moral of the story is you're so scared of things, and there's no reason to be scared. People are people. At the end of the day, I'm a person, you're a person. The Joint Commission lady is a person. The person at AIG is a freaking person. Everybody is family.
Really. You say AIG?
I'm not sure if they're people.
I don't know if people work for AIG.
We're not sure anymore about them.
That's another story.
But the Joint Commission is nice. I have to say that. Like they're there for a reason, but like people are people-y, and that's the moral of the story. Where I'm trying to go with this is like, don't, because a task seems so big and intimidating, never let it stop you. Like I never thought I would start an agency, own an agency, know what to do. I would have no freaking clue. People are like, Danielle Doyle, really? Like, but if you put the work in and you do enough, anything can literally happen. And secondly, persistence. What Diego and I always say is no does not mean no. No means try again later. Yeah,
it's always about fail forward. You know, it's crazy. Like our first year and a half into it, we lost like $50,000, right?
Yeah,
we lost a lot of money. I mean, yeah, 50,000 is probably a blink in a lot of companies now, but like, you know, for us starting out, 2 nurses financing, you know, we had help financing and stuff, but it was a lot of money. So, but you know, Warren Buffett always says, when you fail, don't dwell on it, man. Just fail forward. No matter what you do, you know, just always fail forward. And that's what we always did. We lost a lot of money, lost a lot of time, but I'll tell you, we never did that mistake again. We got stronger from it, you know.
Yep.
Definitely.
You definitely live, you learn, you take notes, and you move on. And there's, I'm not going to say it wasn't easy. Certainly was not easy. Nothing about it was easy, but we kept going. And me and Diego, if it was just him doing this or just me doing it, it wouldn't survive because I'm too scared and he's too fucking eager. So it would have been like, it would have been too much. It's like, if I'm like, no, we can't do it, he's like, yes, we can. And if he's like, let's go, I'm like, no, chill out. So it's like this ridiculous balance that happens between us that somehow magically works out. And thank God for the universe, because there were times, I mean, there were countless times where we were like, we're done. That's it. It was fun. And then something happened that we were like, yes.
Keep going. Yeah. It just keeps going.
Back. No, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Yeah.
It's just, we always knew that it was going to happen. And that's it.
It's crazy. It's so true though. Like, you know, I totally believe in the power. I don't know if anybody's read The Power of the Secret, but it's true. Like whatever you want in life, you just have to, I always tell everybody, this is probably boring, snooze fest for all the people that know me now by now, but if you want something, the minute you think about it, it started. Your plan is started. And the minute you write it out, you put your plan in action, and then you just go for it, and nothing stops you. And you know, the worst enemy of anybody that has any type of that can't get anything done is yourself. You know, you have to be committed. You have to have discipline and just have forward momentum. You know, every day to move towards your goal, and it'll always get done. Maybe one day I'll share the bamboo tree story with you guys.
Yes, that's going to be a separate episode. We're going to do a whole episode on manifesting. Totally, 100%. But you know, this See You Next Tuesday podcast.
This is a crazy story too, right?
It's a reflection of our humor. You know what I mean? Totally. It's a complete reflection of our humor, and how we want people running with us that are with us. And if you don't get it, you don't get it. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
What's your take on it, Diego?
It's just, I mean, between me and you, See You Next Tuesday is actually a funny story, but we had to change the way we wrote See You Next Tuesday just to fit, you know, a better audience, you know. So, but there's other hidden meanings. It was pretty funny. But what I took from it is another story of manifestation. I mean, it was crazy. Danielle and I, we were busy as heck. 6 months ago, 8 months ago, whatever it was, we just started talking about how do we brand more? How do we get a voice? How do we talk to people? You know, we have a lot of friends on social media or just friends in person, So, we started watching all these Joe Rogan shows, started watching all these different type of shows. We're like, what better way to possibly brand ourselves or talk about our company more and just let people know how we actually did it. If we could help somebody do their own thing, not even have a business, but pursue your own dream. From everything we've learned, from everything we've seen in the past 4 or 5 years, let us help everybody and just get to know people. And why not? See you next Tuesday. We'll be here every Tuesday, and we'll bring some of our friends on. We have really, really fun friends that, some of them are therapists. We have an actress. We have a DJ. We have a financial expert guy who can kind of project how you can save money. We can talk about real estate. There's so many subjects.
Yeah, Exotica. We've got someone that writes porno for a living. Our nurses are like beyond talented. For real.
That's true. I've never read it personally.
We'll dim the lights for you and let things go.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. It's starting to sound like a plan. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We just kind of, when I see things, I just want to experience whatever other people experience. Like if we have videos of different things that's going on that week, if you guys want to write in the comment section, whatever you think, whatever you want to talk about. If you have a subject you want to talk about it. Hell, if you even want to come on, please just join us anytime. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
That's our goal. We want to hear about how we've impacted you, how nursing has impacted you. Our nurses, the difference between us and everyone else is I know all of my nurses' names. I get to know them. I get to know their families. I get to know what they want, their needs, their dreams, like the things that really inspire them. And, we talk to them all the time. We talk to them pretty much weekly. So we want to hear about how your experience with Access Healthcare has allowed you to take on the dreams that you really want to do. We're all nurses underneath, but in our hearts, there's something else that calls us. And we're excited to see what that is for our nurses and for anyone else who wants to come on and share what drives you, what inspires you.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. Tell us about your family. We're all, that's the coolest thing about our whole group. The actual people that work in the office, what motivates me is my daughter, my family. And so basically we're all family oriented, but we still like to have a good time. Don't get me wrong. We still drink. We have house parties. We meet up after hours, after the office closes. We just have a good time. I can only do it once every 3 weeks, by the way. It's too much.
Yeah, that's it. I'm down to once a week.
Yeah.
I think I did it like 3 times last week. It was not a good plan.
Yeah. We all met up for my birthday, which was kind of a big one. I don't even talk about it, but yeah, I don't even remember. It was crazy. But everybody that works for us, we'll have a podcast where we kind of invite people that work for us. That we have a lot of interesting personalities in the office that are fun as well. So yeah, it's going to be an amazing ride. But if you have any suggestions of who you want to meet or what type of career whoever you want to meet, we can get somebody on the show that can kind of relate. Or if you have any suggestions, put them in the comment section below. Okay.
Yep. And check out our website. It's accesshealthcarestaffing.com and Facebook. We're on there. We're on Instagram.
Geez, crazy, right?
It is. A lot of funny memes. Now, to be friends with us, this is something that we personally manifested. Once upon a time, we had a group of people working with us that were like not jiving, like just eggshelly and stuff like that. So we manifested a group of folks that we wanted to be on our team. And now we've got the perfect set of people. It's like, we're like family, legitimately. Like we're literally like family. Every single person that works for us, our in-house staff, it's like complete comfort, complete awesomeness. We're all so relatable. It's like just working with your best friends every single day. And that's exactly what we wanted. We wanted this to be fun.
So I guess this is our intro show. Just wanted to say hello to you guys. We'll be here every Tuesday. See you next Tuesday. And if you have any suggestions, please put them on the bottom of the link and we'll go from there. Please subscribe to our page.
Yep. Join us.
Yeah. And
join me on House Party in a couple minutes.
Oh my God. Hey, listen, you guys can join just as well. Listen, God bless. Stay healthy. Hope your family stay healthy. And hopefully, you'll meet up with us one day and just put the word out there. If you're a travel nurse, please hit www.accesshealthcarestaffing.com. We'll tell you about the rates you should ask. If you have any questions at any time, please feel free to reach out anytime, okay?
Yep. And remember the last thing.
Yeah.
You need access to get in.
That's true. See you next Tuesday.